$100. This game is designed for children. It's marketed to children, and then there's a $100 thing in-app.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to an all-new episode of Lay It Omni, the show where you guys give me general gaming news and topics to talk about, and I, in return, lay it on you. Today's episode, we're talking about EA Games, a game developer that's pretty shitty in general, but most recently known for their terrible microtransaction move with the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game. If you tune in regularly, you might know that I've already talked about how Nintendo hides microtransactions in the form of gambling, specifically in gacha games like Fire Emblem Heroes, but the level of idiocy that occurred with EA blows that out of the water. So this is what we'll do, okay? We'll keep it short, nothing fancy. Assuming you know nothing about what's been going down, I'll give you a quick TLDR of the entire EA Star Wars Battlefront fiasco from start to finish. And after that, I'll give you guys my opinion on the entire situation, aka I'll lay it on you, because that's the point of the series. So without further ado, let's get into it. Electronic Arts Gaming, aka EA, is an American video game company that develops and publishes most of the sports title games that you guys have probably heard of. You know, they got like Madden, FIFA, they got NBA Live, they got Need for Speed, etc, etc. They essentially have a monopoly on the sports game market, and because of that, they make bank while getting away with making extremely buggy, incomplete, and overall shitty quality games. Since I'm just giving you guys the TLDR, I'm not going to grill straight into EA just yet, but just know, for the most part, most gamers do not like how they make video games, okay? That's just, you know, me saying it nicely. Recently, EA came out to a sequel to Star Wars Battlefront called Star Wars Battlefront 2. I don't know the details of the game, since I don't play Star Wars games like that, but you do basically what you do in most Star Wars games, where, you know, you fly around in your ship and you shoot people, and, you know, you use Luke Skywalker and you use Darth Vader and you swing lightsabers. Except in this game, you can't play as Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader until you've earned up enough credits to purchase these characters. Credits are basically like in-game currency that you get as you play the game, and it was estimated that it would take at least 40 hours of in-game playing just to be able to acquire enough credits to purchase them. That's that bullshit, but that's not even the biggest issue. The same credits that you would use to purchase a character are the same credits you would use to power up your characters, to make them stronger in the multiplayer campaign. Okay, that's fine. Basically, I just have to play the game for a really long time in order to get everything I want, right? EA created a loot box system that allows a player to purchase loot boxes which contain random items that power up your character, so you don't have to use your precious in-game currency that you're saving for Chewbacca or whatever. And therein lies, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate douchebaggery combo. So now you have a game that's designed for adults, but more importantly also children, have the two most anticipated characters of the game who are locked behind a 40-hour wall, leaving most people with an implied only option to grow their characters by using money. This is basically what you call pay to play. The time that you spend playing this game means nothing, because anyone with endless pockets can simply purchase hundreds or even thousands of loot boxes and completely overwhelm you just because they spent money. TLDR, EA created a perfect money flowchart for enticing players into giving them even more money. Later on, the internet banded together and just said, fuck that, which forced EA to issue an explanation, which was the most downvoted comment in the history of Reddit. I'll read it out loud. Dude says, the intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. As for cost, we selected initial values based upon data from the open beta and other adjustments made to, you know, blah, 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 blah. We appreciate the candid feedback and the passion, blah, 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 blah. Our forums across the room, blah, blah, blah. Our team will continue to make changes and bullshit. It's just bullshit. If you're reading through this, it's bullshit. And of course, the internet saw through this bullshit and immediately began protesting, going into full refund mode. Like, everyone was just returning all of their games. Like, you know, it was crazy. Finally, EA came out with another statement saying this: as we approach the worldwide launch, it's clear that many of you feel that there are still challenges in the design. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it. We've heard the concerns about potentially giving players unfair advantages, and we've heard that this is overshadowing an otherwise great game. This was never our intention. Sorry we didn't get this right. That is fucking bullshit. I'm gonna keep reading, but that's bullshit. We hear you loud and clear, so we're turning off all in-game purchases. We will now spend more time listening, adjusting, balancing, and tuning. This means that the option to purchase crystals in the game is now offline, and all progression will be earned through gameplay. The ability to purchase crystals in-game will become available at a later date, only after we've made the changes to the game. We'll share more details as we work through this. Oscar Gabelson, GM at DICE. So yeah, we took those, and that's basically the end. That's the controversy in a nutshell. Now, as for my opinion, I'll keep it short. If you haven't gathered by now, the entire fiasco that went down really grinding my gears. As a veteran gamer myself and a lover of RPGs where you're rewarded for the time that you dedicate to a game, this was like a punch in the nuts. But in this case, the level of detail that went to creating a formula that punished these players and enticed them to spend more money to grow is a shit stain that can never be washed out. And it's a good thing that the internet made an example out of EA, because it sets a precedence that you can't just fuck around and forcibly try to take advantage of people's time and money. I feel like the gaming culture is evolving into like, how much money can I bleed from a single person for a single game, you know? I feel like video game companies see the potential of microtransactions and gambling, and I feel like it's becoming obvious that these companies really want to exploit people. The worst part is that the companies like EA will still continue to make bank, while smaller video companies like Telltale Games just finished laying off 25% of their workforce despite making amazing video games like Minecraft and Batman and The Walking Dead. There are video game companies who make top-of-the-line works of art that make a fraction of EA's copy and paste lazy gaming development. Let me be very clear, guys, do not forgive EA. They only backpedaled because the internet yelled loud enough, but I'm 200%, 300% certain that they and other gaming companies will continue to encroach, pushing the standards so that things like this will appear to be the norm. If we let things like this slide, gaming companies will continue to make shit products, focusing only on the in-game revenue that they can receive like it's a goddamn Candy Crush game. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys on this episode of Lay It On Me. If you've just been laid, let me know how you guys feel about the whole EA fiasco in the comments below. Were you just as angry as me? Do you think people were being over dramatic, or do you think EA was right the entire time? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the subject. And if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification. If you guys have a news, idea, topic that you want me to talk about, definitely just go to my Twitter, use the hashtag #LayItOmni, and just post it there, and I'll see there, and I'll see if I can make a video on it, okay? I'll see you guys on the next episode. This is Omni signing out. Have an awesome day.